Alright, restarting the stream. We'll get into it. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know.
We'll see. Dingo is saying people can now move. Looks like things are going well so far, so good. We still actually, surprisingly enough, we have still have a decent amount of people. By my count, it was still like 110 people on the server total.
We're at about 120.
Yeah. So still a good amount of people sticking around, which is good to see.
All right. Should be a-okay now. I mean, everything's good on that. All right, Barb, you ready to do this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, we're at round 2 of FNFEU. Round 1 was a desyncy mess, unfortunately, that caused the server to die, so it is being skipped. I'm going to turn down my music just a tad. I forgot how loud this song is. I forgot how...
And I got to pull your stream back up real quick.
Oh, don't be a stream sniper, sir. I know, right? I'm so funny. I'm so funny.
Yes.
Yep, I know. It's great.
In the end, yes?
Yep. This is the part where you shoot me in the face, right?
I mean, if you want me to.
Fuck's sake. Alright, so basically it's Op 4, 545 versus Blue 4, 556, unless something has changed. Wow. Oh my gosh, the render. The render. They were all like, Flesh That Hates, SCP, whatever that designation is. Ay. But I'm not seeing any fancy scopes here, so it's a one-time scope sort of deal with CCOs and whatnot, holo sites. And we have armored Humvees.
Oh,
I know, holo. Hey, it's because waifu. But anyway, we've got... I could have sworn I saw on the roster it was 2 armed M2 Humvees, but I'm only seeing 1.
Yeah, one with an M2 and one with a 240.
Yeah, but it's said in the roster it was 2 M2s and a regular 240, so I'm going to change that real quick.
Yeah, no, the 3 regular Humvees don't have any, actually don't have any guns at all on them, so a bit of discrepancy, but that's nothing new. But otherwise, yeah, the Blue 4's best vehicles, you know, quote-unquote best, are going to be those up-armored Humvees. Pretty bullet resistant. Might be able to take a rocket.
Dropped it, Yash, thanks.
But 2 will definitely kill it.
Yeah, and then Op 4, they have a single PKP Gaz. It looks like that appears to be on the road, and the Gazes are pretty well armored. They're basically like mini M-Raps, to say the least. Definitely more armored than their Humvee counterparts. But otherwise, Op 4 are going to be defending a flag, and the flag is in a fairly interesting pile of junk here.
Yeah, like I said...
You sure, Yash? I mean...
I believe this is a recreation.
If you say so.
When we saw this, it was more of a courtyard, like a more encapsulated area. This
I think that's going to get too loud, though.
Junk, like you said, kind of scattered around like a junkyard.
Because I want my voice to be on parallel with Barbarians.
Personable cover, lots of...
That's what I'm going for FNF today.
Less than 5 meters.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting, but I'm concerned about these longer sight lines peering in with the chain link fence and whatnot.
Hold on, are you talking about the internal perimeter? Yeah, I do see that chain link fence you're talking about. I mean, overall, it's a decent AO. There's again, enhanced movement has been taken off of the mission for not just this week, but next week as well, because they're trying to see where the desync issues lie. But honestly, it might just be the mission files at this point. But either way, not a lot of places to hide, knowing that enhanced movement has been taken off. They can use this little scaffolding to get up to the top of this partially destroyed, I guess the proper term would be unfinished, warehouse building here to get on the sheet metal. It also greatly exposes the... I'm not even sure if people are going to be able to get up in that corner now that enhanced movement's taken care of. Maybe they could V-key through the small window, but I doubt it. So,
which window are you talking about?
So, you know, the half-finished warehouse building on the southern side? You know, I always like to put a dude up on that corner. I don't think they're going to be able to climb in there today, but either way.
We'll see. They might be able to drop down through the skylight, because the skylight appears to be gone.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I don't
But,
think they can fit through that though. Arma usually doesn't let them fall through that spot because that's also a window. But I don't think the window's going to be on because it's you know,
there's a
unfinished,
window
quote
there.
unquote.
Yeah.
But looking at this AO itself, we still have about 125, potentially up to 130 players. Give me a second.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have about 123 people on the server right now, another 4 connecting, and we got 3 people upstairs in the channel above us that are just making sure the server's running smoothly. So we could knock back up to 130 players for this operation, so that's still going to be like a 55 v 65-70 situation for the attacking faction versus defending, but with this being a single AO type of operation, and just on the ground looking around at this section, I'm going to be honest, there are not a lot of ways I can see Blue 4 getting into the AO. The obvious vector would be the southeast through the forest that Blue 4 could, you know, it's within their field here. They just follow the MSR, take a northern turn at the MSR on Wellendorf, and then follow that road up, and boom, they're in the forested areas to get around. They can either come in from the southeastern forest or the patches of forest on the northeast, but there's plenty of buildings here Op4 could get up in and try to form some defensive lines in here, but the forest itself, I mean, there's a lot of good layers of both bushes and trees that can easily let Blue 4 get up there pretty close. But if Op 4 is smart, they'll be able to make some good defensive lines and try to stop Blue 4 from making those advances. Furthermore, Op 4's car could easily do some circle runs to try to engage the infantry so long as the 50 cal doesn't take it out on the M2 Humvee. What are your thoughts on this AO?
Well, I definitely agree with you. Also, by the way, hi Whale. Good to see you in
Yeah,
chat.
Whale's here. Nice.
Yes. We're seeing Red 4 already staging, ready to move out and get a bit of a buffer force getting out there with the gas and some infantry going off to the east. So we'll see how well.
Yeah, last time there was
set up
CTF
so
in
that if
this
they take
map,
that
it was
northern
messy.
road, by Wellendorf, they may be caught off guard. We'll see if that becomes the case. I wouldn't be too surprised if they just follow this northwest to west MSR, Highway 71,
Yeah.
and went up towards Schliekau. That's a fucking German name. Hey, I tried, alright?
Yeah, no, better than what I would have fucking said.
But yeah, I could see them also, you know, you mentioned the forest on the eastern side, using the forest on the kind of foliage on the western side. It gets a bit more sparse and it's not really reflected properly in the map, in my opinion. But they could try and come up this southwest of the objective, use some of the natural foliage to push up close to the town on the other side of this little pond. But we will see. Another alternative, or another possibility, I should say, would be going the long way around the eastern side, kind of by 165 or 688, that road going up there, and trying to come from the north or the northeast. You also have a lot of forest cover up there that might be useful in getting an unexpected flank on the defending garrison.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, just looking at all these other areas, I also love how we see Dingo symbol on the map right now for the Op 4 location. There's not a lot of places actually for Blue 4 to come in. But when you look at it on the map side, some of the ones you talked about, sure, Blue 4 can go in on those routes, but it's very, very thin. And if there's a single machine gunner watching that flank, it's going to be very easy for them to mow them down. And another thing about this area is, I'm just looking at the open field. There isn't really any defilade cover either for Blue 4 to kind of sneak in. I could potentially see some Blue 4 guys crawling prone. If you look in the northwestern area, there's a big patch of grass. On the ground level, Blue 4 might be able to crawl a few dudes up here because it also has a little bit of defilade, but it's very, very thin. I would think Op 4 just needs to have one guy watching that vector and pick people off if they try to do that, but I would fully suspect Blue 4 is going to try the forested routes, maybe a smaller team on the outskirts here, but I think the routes are kind of clear.
And with that northwestern approach, there's a big old dirt mound or haze mound or whatever.
Yeah.
right by the
Multiple.
freeway intersection on the west side. So
Yeah.
even a rifleman, not even a marksman, just a rifleman up there will be able to spot any kind of sneaky, breaky movement coming up through there. But we'll see
He's
if they
talking about
even
this one.
consider that. It looks like a lot of them are still worrying about the southeast and the interior of the town.
Well, yeah, they're
Spawning in as well.
we see Op 4, they're already fortifying the buildings from the obvious vectors here. If I was in Op 4 command shoes, I would definitely have a fire team sized element watching the open fields on the other side, because if they put all of their forces on one angle, I could see Blue 4 setting up to do the forested approaches, but sending like a recon vehicle around and potentially doing some thunder runs to try to find a place where they could get right on top of this area itself. For example, I don't see a lot on the southwestern corner right now, except for potentially 3 dudes right here. So if Blue 4 were to thunder run this pond and get a lot of dudes out, they could use some of the forest here to get to the left and right, as well as the pond itself for a little bit of defilade cover, and, you know, bypass a lot of Op 4's forces. But I think there's going to definitely be a lot of luck involved here, because there's not really any recon elements from the air. It's going to be up to Blue 4 to use their vehicles and just get a little bit lucky in this AO. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into a standard slog. But there goes the mission start.
Yep, and we're seeing Twig King and his +1 in command heading off west in a quad bike real quick. The Gaz is heading south. We have some infantry spreading out to that the northeastern approach, as well as just the eastern forest. So it looks like they're worrying about. I mean, obviously, Blue Force is going to be coming from southeastern direction. They don't have an exact idea of their spawn, but they know if they're in the corner up here that, you know, there's a lot of. There's only so many ways that they can come in from, so they're spreading out pretty all right, getting some forward groups out to, I guess, try and spot some stuff. And yeah, that Gaz is actually just dropped off base beard.
Yeah, so it just dropped off a marksman into this town. I think they're going to try to do a counter rush and engage vehicles going into different vectors on this town.
Yeah.
Very risky to do something like that, but it could easily pay off if they're able to beat ahead. In Blue 4, they are taking an MSR and an SSR and what appears to be a pincer movement strategy. And we're also having a quad bike break off on the southern corner. I'm willing to bet that is a marksman team probably going around. Hasinger, he is solo driving, but he is part of a different a platoon, so he could potentially be a marksman going off on his own. Meanwhile, Tarnfolk, we're seeing that Vic is stopping, and it is watching some of these Blue 4 Vics come around. Do we have any armed Vics in this convoy? Yep, they're towards the rear, interesting enough.
Yeah.
So
Panzer's doing the right thing. He's the gunner in that gas. He's holding fire and just getting tally on everything. But everything he's seeing is going north along, like you were talking about, north of Wellendorf, following that kind of MSR that goes into an ASR, or SSR rather. And yeah, this is good. And now he's on the move. He's gonna try and hit him from the rear.
got it, Ash. Thank you.
With those armed Humvees in the
Yeah.
back, if he can knock out the gunner, that would be huge for them.
Well, so he's got an unarmed one in the rear. I'm going to be honest, if he just barreled it to the wall, he would have actually been able to catch a lot of these transport trucks out of position, but now we're going to start seeing some early dismounts on these vehicles, so I think he's playing this cautious instead as a recon Vic to just try to guesstimate where Blue 4's attack vectors are going to come in, just to make sure that Op 4 is deploying correctly here, because you see Op 4, they're actually branching out very far from their original spawn point. They're trying to take the edges of the tree lines to deny Blue 4 the opportunity to advance in areas that are covered by the forest. And I think that's a really smart play by Op 4, because if they can catch a lot of Blue 4 guys out in the open, it's going to be devastating for Blue 4.
And especially, and they're dismounting, and the guys is hot on their tail.
Yep.
Doesn't quite see him. There's a lot of foliage on either side of this road, so he doesn't know that they're dismounted. So he might be caught off guard with the amount of infantry down, and with that exposed gunner.
Hold up. Blue 4 flipped their Humvee cover on a rock.
The armed one?
Yeah. They flipped their 240, and that's going to catch them a lucky break. It's going to mean Op4 catches a lucky break, but Op4 found a dismounted vehicle and is turning around and buggering off. They reflipped it. Nice.
I didn't even see how they did it, and the gas is actually bugging off. I don't know.
Yeah.
They got spooked,
so
or
the gas got spooked by the dismounted car right here. Again, I think Op4 is only using that gas for recon purposes. They're not using it as combat, which at that point I don't know why they're bringing the armed one in that situation, because the unarmed one with the you know, the armed what am I looking for here? The fact that it's an armored vehicle in itself, it's bullet resistant. I don't know why they're, you know, not using something like that instead of the armed one, because if you want to commit the armed one to it, I would think a rush on their back end would be extremely viable, but I don't know. I'm not the ground command here. What's good now, though, is look at this concave that Op4 has. A little bit of an L going on, and that is going to catch a lot of Blue 4 guys out of position. I just heard a loud noise on map. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it sounded like someone threw a bad frag or something, but I'm not sure what that would have been.
It might have been Twig King firing a GL at Hassinger. That looks like they came close by, and the Mongoose, excuse me, not the Mongoose, the quad bike that Hassinger's driving, wow. It's because Halo forehead.
I know.
It does have a little bit of damage on it, so I think they were trying to intercept that vehicle coming in. We have the armed... Oh, we got the Gaz coming in. It's going to try to cut off that quad bike. You got the marksman now firing, and it takes Hassinger out. Nice.
Wow.
So he was a marksman.
Yep, marksman versus marksman, and that's a free SR25 if he wants to switch to that.
I'd be curious to see if anyone in Op4 takes it. I mean, we just had a... Yep, Hassinger came down. No, that was Basspear coming down, double tapping the body. That would be a really smart play to grab for Op4, just an additional marksman rifle because of that additional range.
Tarnfell comes up. Everyone's just trying to get extra shots on him. Poor guy.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Basspear might try and take it. The 20 round of the SR25 is, well, objectively superior to the 10 round of the SVD.
So we have Flying Finn and Yanni Finn as a marksman pair going southwest along this little alcove of trees and bushes here. I guess trying to scout for the main force that's coming in. Op4 is perfectly placed, though, for an ambush. They've got trenches put in. They're dug in. This is going to be extremely difficult for Blue 4 to push against. All right, I'm going to change the music here.
Yeah, like you said, Flying Finn and Yanni looking kind of southwest. I don't
this
think
is going to be a perfect beast battle.
Just because of how much foliage is there. But they need to be careful with their northwest flank. Yanni might get spotted here by Aim of the Balls, Maz, Jonathan, and this team up here in the forest line.
It is possible. If Aim of the Balls were to look a little more right, which, as I say, he does, he might have just spotted...
From his first...
No, he didn't.
Grass, yeah, the grass...
The grass is just covering it, yep.
Just barely.
Real quick. Alright, cool.
We have this northeastern group now, yeah, coming in trying to use as much force cover as possible. They're going to run into a 4-man team led by Dale.
His mic.
But the numbers advantage is decidedly in Blue 4's favor, so they might get a little bit overwhelmed. 4AB, I don't think I've seen these guys before, so
they're new.
Yeah, they're new, but they showed up with like 15 guys, so they're showing up. So they're very interesting. It's something to keep an eye on, especially with just the number of players they've brought.
I will say, like, the northern flank of Op4 in this L formation, they don't have any machine guns up there, and they're about to run into the northern half of Blue 4's pincer maneuver here, so it's really limited to what they're going to be able to do here. We do have the rest of the 4IB guys down just a little lower in the L formation they're doing here that could lend assistance, but they're about to have their own issue as Blue 4 is pretty much doing a uniform battle line at this point with two different groups. It's not really a pincer maneuver at this point since both forces are right next to each other, ready to assist when need be, but I'm also seeing a lot of spacing out. Yeah, go ahead.
Tarnfalk and his gunner, they've redoubled on this attack.
Shots are going out.
They're back behind the Blue 4 lines. And so we'll see something to keep an eye on. But yeah, shots going out from the 249 and M2 Humvees on the A2 group, which was Aim at the Balls and Jonathan.
Yep. So I've also noticed a lot of Blue 4 guys spotted some of the Op 4 guys and took cover at the edge of the tree line. You're having the northern group of Blue 4, it's either Guy Ferrari, I always call him that, or Kane, firing down at the central formation of this L. Op 4 has a really good position here, but I don't think they have the manpower to hold this Blue 4 advance here, so this first line of Op 4 really needs to focus on trying to get as many kills as they can here. But even then, it's going to be bloody. We also had some Blue 4 guys go in the open, and the Op 4 tried to engage them, but wasn't able to land any hits.
This is a surprising move from Jonathan's group. Under fire from 2 armed Humvees, and they popped some smoke, but instead of falling back, they're just holding still. Aim at the Balls, try to fire an RPG. It landed.
That was a miss. Another one came in too, and it was another miss. Vehicles are now trying to pull back. A little bit of desync going on, but...
Okay, good. I was checking out that was just me, but that's fine. Probably a lot of calculation on the server with the amount of players we have. And Moxie now coming around with that 240 on the Humvee, spraying down that tree line, suppressing the Red 4 force, and making sure they get their heads down. Aim at the Balls going down with a lucky shot.
Wow. Nemesis, by the way, he's one of the only few Blue 4 casualties right now. That's surprising. Usually you don't see someone like him go down in the first wave. That's just unlucky, but, you know, someone has to do it. Meanwhile, no one on Op 4 is dead right now. Blue 4 on 2 kills, Hassinger and Nemesis, so... still anyone's game at this point. Meanwhile, Op 4 is actually routing their northern group. Those 4 riflemen, they're pushing back to a machine gunner, so that's going to concede Blue 4 to advance a little bit, but not that much. But that's also going to let the northeastern group for Blue 4 start flanking into the central line of Op 4, as they are also pulling back.
Meanwhile, Yanni and Flying Fin down
still no KIA on Op 4.
Red 4 group. Crawling in.
This is technically the first round, but they skipped the first round, so it's round 2.
We see sometime, or pretty occasionally in German or Central European maps. But they have this line of foliage, they're just crawling up nice and slow, keeping a low profile, and just trying to work around the current firefights going down.
By the way, my chat has concluded the new poll on who is going to win today. They still voted for the server. The server is going to alt F4 a lot of people.
Apparently, I mean, apart from that one little rubber band instance, so far so good. Which, hey, I mean, Arma is a fickle mistress, and you know a lot about mistresses.
No, I don't. By the way, Op 4, they got their... you want to look at Tarnfolk's Gaz and tell me what's wrong with the gunner?
Oh, did he get sniped out?
No, he's... Is he okay for you? Because he doesn't really...
No.
He's kind of chilling against the guns, you know? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you gun.
So yeah, he's turned himself into a contortionist. But if you go to the first-person perspective, he is very much looking down the sights of the peak.
Yeah, so that's just a camera glitch on everyone else's end. Meanwhile, Blue 4's Blue 4's southern group has actually pushed into the tree line here. We're seeing a few casualties being exchanged. I still don't see any skulls on Op 4 right now, though.
Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
What?
Okay, so Danzer was the gunner. He switched over to the AGS, and didn't realize that script did not have any ammo. As it takes fire. Danzer is fucking dead. He took an RPG to the face, or an AK-4 rather, and Tarnfolk is getting the fuck out of there.
So I knew Op 4 was eventually going to try to run interference with that. The issue is when you're driving in forests and you can't really see much, they can hear you coming. So it's really hard to run for that. We have a Op 4 2-man team, by the way, coming in. It's a marksman group.
And yeah,
interesting.
Danzer, I guess he wasn't aware that the AGS was rescripted to have no ammo, because as we've talked about before, AGSs in PvP are pretty fucking overpowered.
Yeah, you rarely see GMGs or autocannons. We did see a ZU-23 the other day, but that's like the 3rd time we've seen it in like 4 or 5 months, so...
By the way, Sparky says that harems are the way to go, not mistresses.
That's very true, but anyway. Blue 4, so far, I mean, on the skull list, we have a third skull on Freddy, but so far there actually haven't been that many KIAs yet. Op 4 has been really good in its pull-out game here, giggity, but we do have one of the 4 IB guys getting left behind here. First skull went to Danzer on the GMG, but otherwise, Blue 4, I mean, it's going to just be a unified push to the flag.
Real quick, we might have another sniper battle or marksman battle if we want to be really technical about it. Basebeard is now just to the southwest by 200 meters of Flying Fin and Yawning Fin, looking in their direction, but they don't know that each other is there. Basebeard is looking to the north as Red Forest pulled back and conceded the forest, which is fine. I mean, they're giving up the land, but they burned the clock, and now Basebeard is looking for targets.
Yep.
We'll see if he's able to find our 2 favorite fins.
This is a 50-minute round, though, right? Did they not?
Should be normal round time.
Yeah, it's a normal round time. So for a single objective, it's really risky to go for a burn the clock play as the defender, because there's only one objective to go on. So if Op 4 is banking on the clock running out before Blue 4 can get the flag and go turn it into some spot, I don't think that's the best strategy that they can go for. We're only on the 30-minute mark, which means it's been 15 minutes going out. Explosive trap going off for Op 4, but Blue 4 wasn't moving up to that point yet, so, Bassbeard, he's looking the complete wrong way. If he were to look back on the northern vector, he might be able to see that Vic. He might have just seen the smoke trail of it. He's looking around. He also does have the enemy marksman rifle there.
Yeah, so we might have some PID issues as far as audio, but I'm sure once they start taking fire, they're going to look south and start shooting.
I don't think Yanni or Flying Fin are going to fall for audio miss PID. I mean, Scandi Recon, there's a reason everyone fears them. It's just they have that higher understanding of the meta of the game, so once they hear gunshots, they're going to immediately go on their feet and try to look around and figure out what's going on.
You say that, but actually they make it to some thicker foliage, and I don't think they're going to engage at all. Which is, I think.
Well, we're watching to see if Bassbeard was going to do it because he was the one scoping them out, but he never got eyes on Yanni or Finn directly. He saw the smoke trail of the vehicle coming around by Mox, which, speaking of, just got engaged by a machine gun, and Mox turned back in. I think he just found the shooter, and he's trying to shoot back at him.
Yeah, so he's trying to return some fire. He's turning out and turning in.
He's turning in to reload his gun.
Yep.
Now he's turned back out.
Yeah, keep his head safe, because that's the only thing he's really exposed with that turret, so...
Yeah, but one shot with 7.62, he will be insta-killed.
Of course. Which is why he's turning back in now and again.
By the way, rear marksman group for Op 4 got spotted and is being engaged by the Echo Squad, which is a rifle squad under 2nd Platoon. I don't see anyone wounded on Op 4, but they need to push out of that position before Blue 4 potentially sends some units over to try to deal with him. I think they wounded Black back here, but I'm not seeing any bodies. Let me quickly check the roster for anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new on the dead bodies. We got Finn and Yanni going back southwest. Could run into Bassbeard's line again. We'll keep an eye on that.
We're starting to have some skirmishes just outside the city itself. Alpha and Bravo for Blue 4 engaging with Charlie 2 of Red 4. I believe that this is the area where the flag needs to be captured at, so Pyros might try and set up shop in here. A little bit of metagaming, if I'll be honest, but knowledge is half the battle.
How do you know that that's the area where they have to put the flag in?
I believe this is where it was the last time. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I could very easily be wrong.
Is this map a rerun?
It says V2 for Are You In Yet?
Huh.
Which, by the way, is a great...
You're right. No, that's what Whale was talking about earlier. It does look familiar. Jeez, I'm dumb.
I mean, it's hard to really see that. Vagrant taking a lot of fire. His gunner is... Yeah, he's still up. He just turned in, changed seats, probably patching himself up. Benefit of that up-armored Humvee is the glass is very much reinforced. So small arms, 545.
Look at Blue 4 doing a smoke charge here. That is incredibly risky. They're relying on the machine gun to suppress Op 4. Thankfully, Op 4 isn't directly on the edge of the forest. Otherwise, they'd be very easily able to stop that advance. But that's why they charged the Vic up ahead to see where Op 4 was.
That machine gun is actually doing a lot of work. It is routed.
Op 4 is routed. Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
They're falling back, popping smoke. So this Blue 4
hot damn
unopposed. So that's, I mean, coincidental. I think they're doing the right thing. But that is surprising. Olaf is still up here in the, what is it, cornfield? Yeah, I think it's a cornfield. He's just, you know, the corn has eyes, I guess.
Tarnfolk on the southern side. Bassbeard still having no idea that Finn and Yanni are just to his left. We've got transport trucks for Blue 4 also coming in, and a command vehicle for Op 4. They've stolen a Humvee, and they're driving it around on the rear of the Blue 4 Advance. That's kind of weird.
By the way, once that is correct, it was less of a route, more of a fallback. It was
true.
A draw from the area. That's a much better way of putting it. I agree.
The French maneuver.
We're taking fire. Retreat!
So Bassbeard decided to do an advance, and now Scandi Recon and Finn have spotted him, and they are taking shots. Bassbeard crippled, and he is taken out.
Damn, yeah, they got around him on the other side, and
he never noticed.
Yep.
Now you've got
Finn. They're pushing up.
Tarnfolk potentially pushing back to check out those gunshots, but no, he's probably going to turn left, not noticing them too much. I think he's just driving down there blindly. Oh, he might. That'd be interesting if the two Finns stole that Vic.
We have seen the marksman rifles able to penetrate the glass.
The windows of the gazes, yep.
So we could see some cheeky play. Bassbeard actually wakes back up. A lot of fire coming in.
Yep, he's trying to crawl to that Vic.
Yep.
They're going to quickly try to get him in and go. Tarnfolk getting on the machine gun. Firing blindly, except he isn't on the machine gun. Do you see that?
Lord.
Is that just me, or was...
No, I saw it too. It was the same thing that happened to the other guy.
That looked a little wrong, if you ask me.
Oof, yeah.
Blue 4 is again going to try to do a smoke advance, but here they've got Op 4 guys directly firing on their position. That's not a really good idea. If anything, they probably want to set up base of fire on that tree line, let the other Blue 4 force come in and just cover for them. But advancing too early would be a death sentence based off of where everything is.
Trying walking the gas, they're pulling back east, trying to stick around back there.
You know, I'm pleasantly... Mox is down. I think his car, he finally got shot out of the gunner's seat, but looking at all the skulls on both Blue 4 and Op 4, there's not that many KIAs yet. Usually you'd by now see like a squad get wiped, because we're at the 36-minute mark, nearly 37.
Yeah. All the maneuvers on the back line for Red 4, going around the rear of Blue 4, haven't really been effective. And if anything, they've taken more losses than Blue 4 has because of them. So
meanwhile,
because, well, real quick, because
yep.
it's been allowed now to come back into the city, they have a lot closer engagement ranges, a lot more urban areas to defend in, which will be a lot more favorable for them.
So one thing I do see for Op 4, they have a lot of dudes, which I'm looking at one, but he's not there, so I think he's just glitched out. But there are, actually, I think there's quite a few Op 4 guys that are head bugged here, but we've got Olaf on the northern side with a marksman rifle. We got two more Op 4 guys, part of command, that are folding in here. Blue 4 also has a few guys that are head bugged. For example, Salty. So this is kind of interesting. And I got Blue 4 trying to advance in the open again, only to get hit by machine gun fire. And just the coordination of those bursts, that's actually quite interesting. I'm not sure if the server's glitching out or...
No, I'm getting
Op 4 was...
It's like one then the other, and then one then the
other.
Keeping up and pretty well in sync.
No, I think that was them actually firing that properly. That was some really good suppressive fire in those bursts.
This Delta grip, though, for Blue 4, pushing out on 4IB, keeping the pressure on them. And they're coming in from the side now. And Westland and Sterling, they're cut off on the roof. How the hell did they get up on the roof? Wait, what?
For what building?
The orange two-story. No, I think they just... they're probably able to vault out the window there, but still, that's very impressive. Something that I was not expecting. Another smoke push coming in here on the northeast side.
Blue 4 is probably going to try to overwhelm Op 4's forces right here and force another pullback. And then you got Olaf coming on the northern flank, but him being this close, even with a marksman rifle, it's going to be very risky to pull something like that.
Real quick, someone's mentioning the game Squad in your chat. For those curious, Squad is like a very streamlined Arma. It's Milsim E.
It's just the action parts of Arma, that's it.
Yes.
There's none of the planning, there's none of the debrief, it's the Call of Duty of Arma.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Bravo and Alpha now for Blue 4. They're just taking more ground.
Yeah.
And it's very well structured. I don't really think, like you said, there's not a ton of casualties.
There's still, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Fire and movement, but that's about it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's still 35 minutes on the clock, and with Blue 4 this close, I highly doubt we're going to go into a time issue here.
If they're able to get the flag, though, I remember if it was CTF, if they're able to hold on to that flag and maintain possession, overtime will be...
It will go into overtime, but I doubt we're going to get there. Also, Blue 4 with their northern group, that most northern group finally came around, and that allowed some relief. Op 4 pulled a lot of their forces back, and then you had that group that was caught out in the central area to start advancing through. You've got command being the tail end of this. And you also have another Blue 4 group on the rear. Yep, that is Twig with the other marksman rifle for Op 4 engaging some of the rear elements here. We have Salty unconscious, Black trying to bandage him, Leg took a few hits, but we're going to see if that Op 4 harassment gives him any more. We got Olaf crawling in close, but that's not a good angle you want to be at. And then Tarn folks still driving around with that car with Bassbeard, who did survive. You've got Finns going on the southern side, running through the open, trying to find some more angles to engage Op 4, but Op 4 are, not gonna lie, they've been doing a really good job pulling back, and Blue 4 has been doing a really good job going in. I'm kind of waiting to see when the explosive trap is gonna go off. You know, because we saw one detonate, it was way off, but I mean, this would be a perfect opportunity if they know Blue 4 is gonna advance in their positions to be putting some satchels down in some of these buildings and detonating them as they go off. But what I'm willing to bet is we got Blue 4 garrisoning the turn-in point for the flag. We've got the other half of Blue 4 starting to advance, and the northern group for Blue 4 also coming in. Olaf intermingled in the northern group, and he's just crawling around. But I think the northern group's going to try to push for the flag here. And Olaf is in a lot of trouble right now. He is literally surrounded. Trying to use his camo to the best of his ability to stay low. He takes a shot, and no one turns to see what the heck that gunshot was about. Hold up, we got Sideways going guns up, looking in the direction of that gunshot. He's now going prone, but because of that, that's let Olaf crawl away into the tree. Looks like Legal Action might have spotted. No, he did not. So Sideways now crawling through. Sideways hearing that gunshot and immediately reacting to it. But the guy Olaf was engaging just turned and immediately headshotted him. So yeah, Olaf was playing that really too riskily. And
real quick, to the south, yep. 240 Bravo Humvee has been taken out. Rise and Kill and Sirius are now popping smoke and trying to stay low. But we have Tarnfog's Gaz actually retreating. I figured they'd be trying to push the advantage and eliminate this little pocket of Blue 4 infantry. But doesn't seem to be the case.
Honestly, this round's just been textbook of, you know, a few KIAs here and there. Blue 4 has been slowly advancing to the objective. Op 4 has been doing a good job pulling back. I mean, there's not really anything else here to go off of, you know? Just, I guess, the marksman, or anyone for that matter, hasn't been too accurate on their shots, instead going for suppression. And we're trying to see Op 4 pull a few small plays here. Actually, nothing's really worked out yet.
Yeah, that's been the thing so far, especially with the marksman teams. They've gotten some licks in, a couple downs, maybe a kill or two, but otherwise it's been a lot of firing and maneuvering. Not really any concentrated elimination of people, and I think that's partially due because there's not many assets. Of the assets we saw, was like the red 4 gases, those got taken out and not quite punished. But
Oh my
those
fucking god!
of the most best so far, I think.
Blue 4 just made a charge and ran Pierce over as he dismounted, and I just witnessed something fierce right there.
Lord. Oh, here we go. Johansson coming up with a truck with a few people in it.
Yep, they're again trying to be aggressive with this push. Op4 spraying them down with machine guns, but none of the shots are really landing. It might also be because the server, I'm noticing a little bit of desync here in this round.
Yeah, a lot of consistent fire, lots of high volume of fire, especially from machine guns coming out. So
Server's getting active.
Very unfortunate. It seems like most things are going well, fairly well. Until getting eyes on Infidel and Severe as this group pushes up through the foliage.
Yeah, the northern group is going to start coming around.
I don't know if they're matrixing through the bullets or what. That's what the truck was for. The truck was to take down all these barricades because they can't hop over them with enhanced movement.
You're right. They said they'd have to use the V key or the ace hop to do it, but either one is pretty slow, all things considered. You got the Op4 car possibly coming around on the southern side to engage.
Yeah.
But I don't see... Is Bassbeard still in there?
I don't think so. I think it's just Tarnfall. Yeah, no one's in the gunner seat, so he may be trying to solo crew it, but he's not able to run people over. That's one against the rules in FNF, so he's going to need to switch that turret position to do any kind of meaningful damage.
Yeah, Blue 4 advanced into that barn, by the way. They are all dead, unfortunately. But what's more worrisome is this massive Blue 4 group that's going to start pressuring the flag to the north. Op4 has some defenders ready to go.
Tarnfox going in the back lines of Blue 4, just causing some ruckus. Not really going for kills, like I said, but just causing confusion.
He's just being a distraction.
Rocket goes out, hits him in the ass, and he's fucking dead.
Yeah, his body comes out. Danzer's body comes out as well.
Well done. That was good.
Yeah, Olaf, you were surrounded. Olaf's in my channel now. He was literally surrounded. Sideways hurt him, but what? Iander was the gunner for AT?
Yep, he was the one who got that gas with his stuff.
There's a reason everyone calls him the AT god, so.
Unless you're in an Apache and you're friendly.
Yeah. We're not supposed to bring that joke up.
Isn't it like 3 years old now at this point?
Well, he's done it multiple times, though, but that's besides the point. Here he is.
True. Bronson, now, he was down for a little bit, but he woke back up over by Apuva with his Echo group on the north side. So this
How much time left?
Is, getting a pretty
20 minutes.
Front going to assault the flag point. We still have a good 24 or so Red 4 hanging around the flag, so it's going to be a hard fight, but extending that front, attacking from multiple directions is going to be the key to victory here for Blue 4, I believe.
We're on 19 minutes, by the way. I'm looking at the skull count. Ground command for Blue 4 is dead, by the way, so it's going to be up to the platoons to coordinate. But all skulls considered, it's looking pretty even, so Blue 4 is still going to have their slight numbers advantage. Op 4 has a lot of forces intermingled on the rear of Blue 4 and Southern offensive here. They've got Op 4's got a full fire team back here with the dudes. But all around the flag itself, there's just a lot of Vanguard units with 4IB in a building, and they're picking off Blue 4 as they're trying to do a wide flank towards the west. I think Blue 4, knowing that the eastern flank is heavily defended because their initial attack didn't work properly, I think the northern group is trying to send groups around to find a different way to get to the flag itself, but by dividing their forces like that, it is starting to cost them. Now you're seeing some Op 4 guys breaking off to the west to try to advance on to the north where that Blue 4 group is and potentially surround them.
Speaking of surrounding, Twig King and Short Boy now coming back behind the Eastern Blue 4 push. Twig King actually dropping his SVD for an M4.
I think that's actually a smarter decision at this point. Confuse the weapon PID. Go for the close range gun. He could do a lot of damage here before Blue 4 realizes what's going on.
We have Hadab, Ursus, and Reapers over here. Just
fucking
like
Nelson.
Maybe 50 to maybe 100 meters away from Twig King. And so
oh, man.
going to be the first targets as No, that's different shots. Never mind. But yeah, that's gonna be.
So we got Nelson in the middle of a Blue 4 group. He killed one guy breaching his building. Another guy got dropped outside of it by a different guy. I could see Nelson going up to one of these second-story windows and firing at some of the Blue 4 guys outside. It's just a matter of can he.
With a 203.
Yep, that's the gun he took from the guy he killed. He's just trying to pull security right now, but if he were to check these windows, he could potentially get some easy shots on some of these guys. So he's going to close that window, excuse me, the door, and he's going to bandage.
Yarn, for some reason, thinks that they're a red 4... Wait, sorry. Never mind. They're Blue 4's attacking. I forgot. I'm stupid.
Oh, we got Haha Yes coming around. Fred has his gun down. Now it's up, and he just completely caught Haha. What?
We'll run out of cover with the gun down.
Classic play right there. Now Nelson, he's looking out the window and he's starting to spray Yarn down. Epsilon turned around and returning fire. I think that was a bit of a misplay by Nelson. He could have been a little more patient with that because those windows were slightly tinted, excuse me. And he could have just gone for a single headshot snipe without anyone noticing. But now the Blue 4 guys have turned around.
Ooh,
They're trying to engage him.
Yeah, the legal action inside was up on the north, pulling back. This red 4 kind of counterattack, consolidating this front. I think red 4 is going to pull this out because looking at the map, there's not a ton of Blue 4 remaining.
You are
Pockets
incredibly right here.
Scattered. This could be a well-earned victory for red 4 with the staggered retreat and everything. Nelson takes down Yarn as Edwin
is breaching his building.
Breaching the building, yeah.
Emil goes down, 15 minutes called. Op 4 might hold this to time.
And
Nielsen might hear the footsteps coming down, so he immediately turns. Didn't have his magazine ready.
Ooh,
and they traded.
Trade.
But Nelson could potentially wake back up from that.
Yeah, we could see him return to life, but he's already done plenty of damage. Let me check how many kills he's got.
Mountain, meanwhile, putting some GL rounds into the M2 Humvee. Managing to knock out a few guys. Guys, they're honking their horn, trying to get the Blue 4 guys back in. Vargrant, he's going to have to drive that Vic back. The gunner is down. Steven coming around is going to try to breach Mountain here. Mountain switching to his... I guess Steven only had 3 bullets in his magazine because he did not, he ran out of ammo. He just stopped shooting. So that gave Mountain the opportunity to turn his gun back and switch from his GLs to his regular. Mountain now going to bandage right in front of Ash, and Mountain just noticed Ash was there. Mountain taking out Ash and Harna. Mountain's going to be on like 5 or 6 kills after this when those guys bleed out. He also sees STS. I don't think...
Barely. Oh, it's because there was a flare.
Yeah, he ran out. You also see a flare down right here. It's because Mountain was trying to shoot Steven point blank.
Oh, man.
But that was a funny play by Mountain.
If that was an HE, STS would probably be down from that.
Yeah, definitely. But he burned all of his HE on the Humvee, which wasn't a bad idea. Vargrant, he pulled back and grabbed some more dudes. But Blue 4, yeah, there's a lot just changed in the past few minutes. They had the numbers advantage. Yep, now you got Scrap trying to spray that Vic down.
But the gunner's still down, looks like. So he's not going to be able to do anything against him.
So Blue 4, I think this is equated to, as I was seeing Blue 4 come in their fire teams and whatnot, a lot of them were going down very quickly. And that did not leave a lot of opportunity for Blue 4 to keep pushing when they kept losing guys. I mean, I just watched Frank and Falcon square it off, and Frank won the fight for Op 4, so it's just down to the PvP at this point. Op 4 having the defender's advantage, we saw a lot of them kind of getting intermingled with Blue 4's lines, so people being able to get in there and take out multiple guys before they themselves go down, like what we just saw Mountain do, has been really helping Blue 4, or excuse me, Op 4 win this fight, period. And with 12
interference.
Yeah, with 12 minutes remaining, I mean, just looking at the amount of Blue 4 guys that are still up, I think they're in the single digits at this point. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm only counting 9 dudes.
And now a lot of these guys is in the middle of these 2 Red 4 groups are surrounded. As an RPG goes out onto Vagrant's Humvee, that's down. Attila kills him as he goes out of the car. And yeah, I'm thinking this is a done deal for Blue 4.
Yep, Eason getting that double tap. We still have some heavy hitters like Yanni and Finn, but
This might be a bit more for them to, a bit more than they can handle.
Yeah, because they're just a marksman team. We got Sirius and Risen, the other Blue 4. No, they're not. They were the vehicle crew off of the 240 Bravo Humvee. Legia doing a really good shot right here, taking out one of the guys in that mansion, but he unfortunately gets shot by aim at the balls from his rear.
Ooh, and Larson gets Yanni, who was trying to hide behind a fence, but Larson, I think, saw his backpack poking over and just sprayed him down. And we'll be going for the double tap, I believe. Or just the mag dump. That works too.
I think this is GG. Blue 4 literally lost it in the blink of an eye, and there's only a few guys remaining. It also didn't help that the server was starting to have a few hiccups as the main fight unfolded there, so I can see a case for either way for how this turned sour.
I gotta say,
Puva just double-tapped STS.
I mentioned in your chat, so many of them left. They've done their fair share here. I'm counting like about 10 or so kills attributed to this group. Got one on camp, a few on... Attila's got 5. Lance got another.
You talking about 4IB?
Yeah, 4IB. All those guys in the roster. They've got about 10 or so kills attributed to them. And they just got another.
Were you in the channel when they said that, you know, they should also be worried about the 4IB guys as well earlier?
No, I don't believe so.
Because I'm pretty sure Dingo did say to, you know, be careful about those guys too, because apparently they're also pretty high end.
Well, they've definitely shown their stuff.
Apuva just pushed SL Dream into a thing of pallets. That was pretty funny.
And the wood has overtaken him.
And I think I just saw another Blue 4 guy get decked on the tree line here. I just can't seem to find the body.
Yeah, and I'm seeing 4 people left. Rick, Finn, Sirius, and Ryzen. Yeah. This was... I mean, it never really felt close, but it felt like it could go either way at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
to me, it felt like it could have gone either way for most of that, then boom. Like, I literally was focusing on one group of people, I scrolled out, and most of Blue 4 was dead. So we just had Flying Fin taken out. Sirius is trying to crawl up. He is immediately getting engaged by Cardi and Lucas from 1ER. And at least he was being suppressed in that direction. Now you got Sirius crawling up, but no, we've also got Rick up.
Yeah.
But Sirius just got picked off by Aim at the Balls and Cole, yep. Risen Kill's still up back here as well. You got Apuva, they're double tapping some of these Blue 4 guys, and they're also firing at Rick, he's dead. So now it's just up to Sirius is woken back up, so it's Sirius and Risen Kill at this point. That turned just, I cannot believe the amount of Op4 guys that are still up this round.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty even, and then just boom, changed.
Wasn't a huge, like, there wasn't one particular moment, I believe, that like really threw the battle in favor of Red 4.
It was multiple moments. It was the first attack at the Eastern Barn where 4 Blue 4 guys died in that first push. There was, gosh, who was the guy in the orange house that shot 3 dudes? Took a Blue 4 gun. I'm so bad with memory.
Nielsen? But
yeah, Nielsen. It was Nielsen, but no, he was Op 4.
Oh, yeah. You're
killing Blue 4 dudes.
Right.
And then there was Mountain with the Humvee. And I assume there was probably like 2 more events of that magnitude that just took away 4 or 5 guys from Blue 4. And when you add all that together, that's 25 to 30 dudes, which would have been about the amount of Blue 4 guys needed to kind of show that balance of power shift. So just a lot of PvP events happened to kind of collapse the dominoes on Blue 4 as a whole, and that's what's kind of cost them today. Because I remember the last time this mission was run, like, eons ago, at least 6 months. This fight was a lot closer. Like, Blue 4, it was down to, like, 2 dudes. 2 or 3 dudes on, like, either side.
There was a BTR that guy, like, stole him. Like, it was crazy.
It was ridiculous.
Someone in my chat is saying that every time they watch from my perspective, Blue 4 loses, so I just for me.
That's fair, but I mean, Sirius and
I thought with Scandy and TSB both on Blue 4, they'd have a fighting chance, but evidently 4IB and
4IB is the new kid on the block, and they just curb stomped everybody.
there's a ton of 1RCC as well. Starg, Skip,
Yep.
Erna, Lucas, a lot. Like these two groups combined, like make up a majority of the Red Force still alive. So maybe it's beginner's luck. Maybe it's another power group to look out for in FNF, which would.
So Attila, just to cut you off, I just saw Attila do a double tap on the M2, and then he just flopped out of the Vic. And he flopped out of it for me.
He's getting back.
He's head bugged. Yep, there he is. But I thought he put a shot over at Sirius's spot. We saw Risen kill throw a grenade, but that elevation, he's going to be able to see both Sirius and Attila. Sirius pushing out and immediately gets tapped by Cardi. That was his last huzzah. He got Risen running out and immediately takes a 50. Manages to kill the gunner, but that's it for Blue 4.
Have you ever seen Pulp Fiction, Liru?
Yes.
You know that scene where Samuel L. Jackson and Vince Vega, I forget the actor's name now, but they're in the apartment and the guy comes out of the bathroom just like spraying the place down with his pistol? That's what Sirius did. He came out of the cover, trying to do a Rambo, and immediately got shot in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Dropped like a sack of potatoes.
I mean, those are the last two guys that need to get double tap, but that's going to be end of round 2 technically, because round 1 was skipped for technical reasons. So, Apuva coming up to get the double tap. Now Apuva on 6 kills, though most of those were double taps on Mountains kills.
Down by before spawn, Hugo and Pyros are back over there. STS just spawned in?
He's going to come in for the clutch. Nope, he's disappeared. He has ascended. He is now going to sneak behind all of Op 4 and steal the flag. Lovely.
I think Hugo's trying to get just some AT practice in, but he might dunk this rocket into the back of Pyrgos. No, they're just vibing over there. But yeah.
And here comes Eason. He's going to get the double tap on Risen, and that's going to end it. And there we go. I don't know what that other gunshot thing was, but yeah. GG. By 2 decibels? All right. Not a bad round. It just goes to show that just a few guys getting a few multi-kills, just being positive in their KD can change everything. Alright, so we're going to see what the 3rd round for EU is. We'll be back for NA, and it's Kujari. Sector control. Oh, man.
Bastard, I just want to say, fuck you, but I love you.
Was it you, the marksman?
Yeah.
Who was it that ran away after I slammed 7 GP40s into their side door?
For the record, Finn, close but not close enough. I could hear you Scandinavian.
Who walked into the barn and got gunned down by 3 Blue 4?
Which barn?
The barn was close to the objective. Well,
You were so fucking
I walked into a barn and killed a bunch of Blue 4.
You hear the salt, guys?
I got shot by 2 marksmen, and I could hear you guys giggling in Scandinavian. Luckily, they rocked up.
So basically, it was me, the medic, and Finn, the mark.
Break. 1 RW, how many do you have?
7.
RCC?
9.
45B?
14.
Mirrodin?
6.
TSB?
8.
GJG?
4.
29th?
I think I'm all alone.
Tal? Stop hot mic typing, whoever that is.
Push to dog.
Tal?
Hold on, counting. I think 10. Maybe 11.
Lovely. Scandy.
5 plus me.
AA.
6 total with TK.
Devils.
3 including myself.
Chad.
3.
FI.
2.
TFG.
So to explain the numbers that they're going over right now is Friday Night Fights is a multi-community affair. So, I mean, just looking up, all of these rooms and all these symbols represent different groups that come every week, every so often. So as you can see, there's at least like 2 or 3 dozen things right here. So he's just getting the numbers of the groups that are here so he can organize them into the mission itself.
Great.
Because usually there's a numbers advantage. Like attackers get 10, 15, 20% more than the defending faction. But this one's going to be no advantage, so we'll see how that goes.
PPL.
No problem. Glad to explain.
FK.
1. I'm on my Lawson.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
15. No.
I'm going to go on the multi real quick and see who dropped.
UPSC.
6.
Someone just booped their freaking
Any
headset.
groups who have not called out?
Yeah, fine.
So yeah, we had a lot of people streaming this on the multi, but I'm assuming a lot of them have
Any
gone
groups?
because of the technical difficulties.
Cool. Fantastic. Okay. Let's get 4-5B, blue 4, option for leadership.
No.
Let's get Zeus community, independent, option for leadership.
No.
Let's get Task Force Griffin, blue 4, option for leadership.
Alright, I can pick a lot of these guys off.
Let's get Scandi Recon, independent, option for leadership.
Negative. I can't.
Let's get... Oh, who's poking me?
Schultz, Iceberg, and Foxhole.
Okay, let's get UPSE, independent, option for leadership. I don't know if that was a yes or not. It was just sort of a windy noise.
No.
Roger. TSB, blue 4, option for leadership.
No.
ML, independent, option for leadership. You guys really want to lead tonight, don't you? Sophisticated Devils, blue 4, option for leadership.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, we will.
Fantastic. Ah, cheers. Cool.
So chat, how are you doing tonight? We still have the NA branch after this, which will be in about 2.5 hours. This will be round 3 of the night for EU, which means we'll have 5 operations to post for YouTube. Going forward this week, that should be okay.
No.
RCC, independent, option for leadership.
Yeah, Barb, if you're here, I can dig that up. I remember seeing it. Though I will admit that part got folded away because I had to deal with other stuff.
29th, blue 4.
On the bright side, on the document I showed you guys earlier, while we were having technical difficulties and we quit that stream as they fixed the server.
Oh god.
I got another page in that.
Doesn't want to take it.
Whatchamacallit, the whole
Swap over from
spreadsheet book done, and I'm working on the vehicles now. I combined both air and ground Vic since there were only 2 air Vic choices, so
You get it? Hey.
should be good.
Right, first air assault, blue 4. Tau, independent. AA blue 4. Let's see how these numbers look, and then we'll do the last one.
Did you get BPL?
No, not yet.
Got it.
Okay, those numbers be looking pretty lopsided. Let's get BPL, FK,
Yeah, round 1 got skipped.
AEI on blue 4.
Will you stream more this weekend? Yes, Sunday will be the public op and another tier 3 op. Even if the tier 3s don't show up for this one, it's going to be open to the public. I just decided to take the day off. And then Saturday, 8 p.m. EST will be a 700th op.
Pierce, can I get my mark?
Navy, the three of you blue 4. You know who you are. Is there anybody else still to be slotted?
Ungrouped me.
Yeah, blue 4.
Hey, Dingo. Pads is coming.
That's a nice surprise. Okay, that's basically even. So let's get. I don't want to say it wrong. Mer.
Just give in to your desires, Dingo, and say it however you want.
Mer. You have a minute.
Is that like a Merpaderf?
Exactly.
We need a Bravo squad lead. Anybody can jump up to that. Perfect. From what I see, Fox 1, Olaf, if you swap into another squad, bud, I don't want you yourself.
Yeah, I might be able to get pads here with me.
If you can get pads with you, that'd be perfect.
Yep.
And just have one of you on the squad lead radio. Yeah.
Olaf, pads need to get rid of enhanced movement rework to be able to join.
There's a 15-minute stage start. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be here.
Does it actually can do this?
Yeah, Blue Force good.
Cool, independent. You have a minute.
Hey, Vagrant, would you be terribly offended if I bust you down to the sergeant and put my my corporal in the second?
I would be a little offended, yeah.
Alright, Torstein, can I stick you with
cut the
platoons
multi
so you
down
can stay on
on
comms with
the
them
streams
just in
that
case
weren't
anything goes
streaming
south?
anymore?
Yeah, sure.
Cheers. Twig, are you set on leading one platoon?
Yeah. Could I have the medic and marksman slot? I have 2 guys.
I'm giving that to my team.
Okay. Well, can I at least have the medic slot so I can have 1 guy slot in, and he can join the company. The marksman can join company.
I mean, are you going to be leading first platoon?
30 seconds.
Yeah. If you can give me my guy the platoon medic
here
slot,
come
I have
the
another guy
bots.
coming, and you can have the company, the platoon marksman join company. It'll be.
All right, Husky, can you push up to company medic?
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Torstein, stay where you are. Sorry, Nazi, stay where you are.
Copy.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, fantastic. Let's push through to our briefing. Thank you everybody for being so patient tonight. It is very, very greatly appreciated. Yep, pretty much. But yeah, thank everyone for your patience and your ongoing support of the event. It's greatly appreciated. Certainly when the server has been working, this EU server has been performing phenomenally well in terms of actual server performance, so it's great to see it doing so well. Please do go and leave your feedback in the feedback channels. Please do go and leave.
There's a meme that Dingo will always apologize for things that are out of his control.
And please go
That's why you're
and
seeing
chat
apology in
general.
3, 2,
We're
1.
currently pushing to become a Discord partner, and to do that, we need lots of activity. So if you get bored and fancy a chat in there, go and fire one in. Why not? We're a friendly bunch. Go and have chats. Go use those live rooms. Go play Among Us in there. Go have fun. But yeah, don't forget the Patreon. This EU server will only last for so long before the money runs out. We'll have to revert back to using the NA one. So if people do donate, then we're able to keep it running for longer. Who made this mission? Hi. Tell us what you got.
It's Bush War Part 3, boyos. Have fun.
It's night. Just letting people know.
Turn your gammas all the way up.
No.
No. Absolutely. Anyone? No. Do that. You can get out of it.
Prohibited by scripting. There's a maximum value enforced by the server.
Thank you, Pierce.
Thank you, Pierce. Genuinely.
Blue 4 does have boats.
Okay. Right. Any questions from Blue 4 lead?
None at this time.
Fantastic. Any question from Independent lead? Was that a question or a cough?
Corona. He's dead.
What are the unis?
Or a cough. It was
It's
corona.
been over 4 years. What's
Right, guys,
that?
Let's push through
4
to
years.
the last round of FNF EU.
All right, we're jumping back up. Let's throw the team speak down.
So real quick, why is everyone saying White Rose in your
It's a
chat?
bot. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's a bot. You just ignore it. Eventually it'll go away, or what's that will time everyone out. It's great.
Alright.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So, Bush War Part 3, aka how you actually do a night mission is you give people either night vision or moonlight. There's no night vision, so there's moonlight. And we have a very interesting AO for sectors, at least
Looking green for spawn.
I know.
We have titties. And they're legal. No, that's art. It's art. That's legal. Titties. Okay. Oh, they're yelling, don't move.
We'll see what happens. But for now, this is more so similar to the first Rhodesian Bush War mission that was ran, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
They've been running sporadic bush war ops for the past month, I will say. This is the third one, but
the first
they've been following along this gear path.
The first one and this one have a very distinct similarity in that the numbers are even. There is no distinct numerical advantage to either side. However, the attacking side does have an advantage in their assets, as in the Hueys that they get, the BRDMs, etc. Green 4 has the ability to counter them, but they don't have like their own assets to counter them with.
It's just the static 50 cals that can easily shoot them up. So
yes, exactly. That's about all they have, as well as their own RPGs. So Blue 4 having FALs, Green 4 having 7.62 AKs.
Yep, 7.62 fight.
PK BAMs.
Green 4 infantry are a little better because they have the 30-round mags instead of the 20-round mags. But Blue 4 does have the better tech, as you have already said. So we'll see how things go. 15-minute countdown has begun. Let's take a look at these sectors. So first off, it being a sector control means as long as there's a Green 4 guy up, not down or unconscious, but up in the sector, it cannot be captured by Blue 4. So first sector, Barb, how about you start? What do we got here?
So we have, I recognize this stone structure as a Coliseum / theater seating.
Yeah, it's a theater.
Altus or Malden. Nice
it is Altus.
Greek seating. Yep. As well as a 2-story barracks, some smaller 1-story barracks, a medical tent, and their asset depot. So from here, Green 4 can either hold this sector and maybe garrison some others, or try and do all eggs in one basket for this sector, which wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Especially with the theater seating, it gives a great elevated position to peer over from the north.
Pasta Cat.
Pretty much north to northeast to south. However, well, I think that's about it for Sector 1. We'll see if they decide to do that.
Yes, there is a lack of shoes as well. So chat is mentioning that green 4 has shoes, but blue 4 is probably not going to have shoes.
As we've seen before, Rhodesian Bush War, the Rhodesians, they can afford BRDMs and fouls, but they can't afford flip-flops.
Of course.
Reasons.
But as you were saying with the first AO, I think it's going to be really difficult for green 4 to defend this sector. The sector including both the, what's that calls it in Armatheater. It's, excuse me, an amphitheater. So, I don't know, just with all of the forested areas going into it from multiple different vectors, I don't really see any good way that green 4 can defend this. I don't know what Dingo's shouting Irene about for, but... Oh, that's for movement. Alright, so yeah, so they're making sure there's no desync coming in as everyone joins up. But yeah, code for, I guess, moving around.
Irene.
Of course.
Irene.
I don't know what that means.
Of course you don't, you fucking city.
I know, I'm horrible.
Real quick, I should mention, specifically with this sector, and kind of with Sector 2, less so with Sector 3, but as it was mentioned right before we pushed in, Blue 4 apparently has boats, and indeed they do. They have 3 ribs, unarmed, just little speedboats, able to take them down this river, and I'm just going through it, making sure. Also, remember to hit L.
Yeah, for the lighting.
Yes, which is actually very easy to remember. L for light, but we can't. We can't remember the same for traces.
Just to interrupt you, I actually. Who's the mission maker for this?
I
forget as well, but I do remember being DM'd. Someone asked me how, they're having a writer's block on what to do for the next Rhodesian Bush War. So I did tell him to use the river, and he actually put some boats down to be used on this little river.
I can imagine you being like, oh, what do you want to do for them? Just, I don't know, use the river.
Just add the boats. I mean, it is a component. The boats they'll put them right in the AO itself, and these sectors aren't sequential, so...
Like giving them a very throwaway comment and then being like super inspired by me, like, the river.
No, but the river is... No, I've yet to see an operation on Kajari utilize the river here, and this is actually going to utilize the river, so it works.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Blue 4 takes the boats. Personally, I wouldn't, because it's pretty restrictive, and honestly, I feel like the river gets a little too close to the 2 sectors. Maybe with a bit of a coordinated push, having a bit of a feint, having the main attack or the first part of the attack being on the land, say to the north or northwest.
Yeah. And
then having the boats come down river, dropping guys off in the clearing, grid ref 140043. That kind of clearing, and then pushing up from there, just to draw attention away from there. I feel like wouldn't be too bad of an idea as far as being able to attack from multiple directions, etc.
Yeah, that's
also fair. Not only pads 3-1, but pads 3-2 has now disconnected twice.
Hey, be nice to pads, all right? That's gaming with pickles. He's doing his best. I also love how we're seeing some guys dropping some of their additional ammos on the floor, possibly because they're not compatible. I know that when they do these new kits and whatnot, sometimes they leave types of ammo that aren't compatible with the new guns because of the scripted way they do kits here, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, those might be, well, they look like the right PKT boxes. So a little different in color. Maybe they are wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, all 3 of these sectors, they don't have that much land to defend, excuse me, they don't have a lot of buildings to defend from, so Green 4 is going to have to dig their own assets here, but I'm seeing why they didn't give a number advantage to the attacking faction, because really there's just not really any defensive positions here for Green 4 to build off of, so...
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's an interesting concept that goes against kind of the norm in FNF, which I can appreciate.
Ah, man, I'm having a yawning fit.
I'm just hungry for cock. What? Anyway,
excuse
Green
you?
Force assets they do have, they have 1 Dishcom UAZ and, what was it, 4 Dishcom statics. Hey, you were the one that mentioned titties, so I get to make a joke back at you. But yeah, so they have a few.
It's not a joke. There are
as far as HMGs. Apart from that, just the Urals, and they do actually have Foxtrot heading back towards Sector 2. Do you remember if they said this was sequential or not? Or
no, if it was sequential, we'd only see one sector active with the green tint.
Right.
So all 3 of them have the green circle in them, which means all 3 are active at the same time. If I was green 4 in this case, I would just defend 2. I would maybe set up a small team to do patrols, try to get behind blue 4, because it is even in terms of the numbers. So for every extra guy they can kill off, it gives them a little bit more of an advantage. But they also have to find places to position those 12.7 Dishkas to try to take out the helicopters, because if they don't, those 4 additional guys, even with the grease guns, could come back to bite them in the butt later. We've seen a few rounds where air lands and just gives the remaining like 5v5 on the ground that extra oomph of infantry to get the entire objective done. So we'll see. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? I don't know. I'm struggling to see what else there is really to mention here. I mean, Blue 4, we have an obvious route of what they're going to take through this forested area. They don't even really need the vehicles since this will be a 50-minute. Definitely, they'll either go up and mount the boats, or they'll take the transport trucks and the BRDMs and head south and potentially do a river cross here. I don't see where else they could do that, so to speak. Not seeing any bridges on either.
Wasn't this? Yeah, I think Balamakurdi. Yeah, Balamakurdi, and then to the west of it, Kiarikanai, maybe? I remember this area, not quite this specific area, but like this river being used as like a blocker, so that like they couldn't cross the river because there aren't really any crossings. Yeah, Yanni, Nemesis, and all of them, they're swimming across for that little corner.
Yeah, staying in the corner of their territory that lets them do that. That's not a bad call.
And
because
that's something that Blue 4 I don't think will keep in, or like, you know, try and I'm blanking on the word. I'm tired as well, but
I'll take the place. I mean, Green 4, we've got a few guys on the 2 obvious vectors Blue 4 is going to take into this AO. They can either cross the river and go down the northern forest, or they can take their cars and drive across the river to where Nemesis and the rest of Scandi Recon are deploying to dismount there and then cross. But I mean, Green 4, as I said, they're gonna garrison 2 of the sectors. They're gonna forego Sector 3, which I agree with, because there's nothing in there.
Nothing.
They haven't even checked that to know, but it's just a bunch of blown up areas. But yeah, they're gonna just kind of go on a counteroffensive here and try to halt Blue 4 from getting anywhere close to the sectors to set up ambushes on the outskirts, because that's all they can really get away with at this point, because the sectors themselves, again, they don't really have that much. So we're seeing Green 4, they set up a bit of a southern area on Sector 1 to defend from. I think the other group of 1RCC, they're going to set up another one to the north as well here.
Yeah,
I
think they're... Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was
Boats are not armed, no.
Interesting that they're really trying to reinforce this auditorium. They put down some HESCO, some sandbags and stuff. The concern, like you mentioned, is going to be that northwestern area, because if you just go from their perspective, coming in from that low ground, the crest of the hill, right where they spawn, where the Titty statue is, it's not a big enough crest to really cover that that perch from the northwest. So if Blue 4 makes the obvious push, it's going to negate this auditorium setup as far as them being able to look north to east to even like southeast. They'll be able to be shot in the back from that northwestern vector. But if Blue 4 tries to go down
round 3,
or just cross the river in spawn and then go down on the western bank, then they're going to be in trouble. Which I think is very interesting as far as a
quick update.
Strategy. Go ahead.
Green 4 has Nope, they've remounted from Sector 2, and they're heading back up north. They might do a single sector eggs in one basket strategy, so they can have more forces going at counteroffensive here. Now,
I'm seeing, so real quick, I agree with you, because I'm seeing that Bravo team for Green 4, they're setting up stuff looking south, where Foxtrot's coming in from. So, yeah, I think they're pulling up.
I'm waiting to see if the 1RCC guys are going to set up on the northern, but it looks like they're just gathering there instead. One element of Blue 4 we haven't touched on at all that, now that I look at it, could actually be a really good opportunity here are the 2 Hueys Blue 4 has. We could see an air assault.
Yeah, I mean, if they're able to, like, if they see, oh, shit, there's a ton of people at Sector 1, what about the other sectors? Maybe they're undermanned, having the Hueys fly over, and even if they just do recon, they would be able to see the fact that it's pretty empty and just like send a fire team over there to back cap it and put more pressure on them. And if they're able to do that quick, then that might they might be able to surround Sector 1 and attack it from all directions, which would be pretty devastating, I believe, with how uneven the ground is and uneven the defenses are. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
I am noticing, though, we are seeing some groups mounting up in the helicopters. We might see a small flank play by some Blue 4 groups, potentially a squad worth of dudes go on air assault, but this would be a really good AO to have a lot more guys transported over the river early on, because Green 4 has been reinforcing the obvious routes Blue 4 would take, but utilizing those helicopters to ferry a lot of dudes would be a very good play. Mission has just started, and I mean, we'll just have to see what Blue 4's plan is.
And
the RDM crossing the river.
Down southwest, yeah, so they're on a direct warpath. We'll see how where they go specifically. But yeah,
a lot of the infantry, it looks to be mounting the boats, actually.
Ooh, this could be interesting. BRDM is crewed up. We have some people getting in trucks, but everyone's running for the river, and they're not going to be able to fit everyone, I don't think. What do those ribs hold, like 8 tons?
8 people each, so 24 total.
And they definitely have more than that. We have 4AB also on Blue 4 with, let me check the roster. Yeah, Scandy's on Green 4, but I think TSB is still on Blue 4. Yeah, we have Devincer, Moxie. I always forget who's on what. Or, you know, who's on first, what's on second, etc. But, yeah, it looks like Scandy on Green 4 and TSB on Blue 4. We're going to have a bit of a rematch of that second/first round, whatever you want to call it. Pietu actually crossing over, as well as Ryzen and Moxie in those BRDMs, crossing the river, and looks like they might try and do what I mentioned earlier, having a bit of a pressure coming in from the north and northwest, and then have the boats coming across the river. But the Huey is actually opening up now, just in the forest, just spraying down and I guess making its presence known? I'm not.
Yep, we have one Huey doing a landing as well, dropping off a fire team worth of dudes, actually only 3. And it appears to be both marksmen and a guy with a radio.
Yeah, Galil, CF Potato, and Hassinger, all dropping off behind the enemy lines. And looks like CF is giving some orders, pointing at Hassinger. And they're pushing out. So we'll see how well they're able to do this as Yanni, Finn, Nemesis, etc. They're kind of heading this direction. I don't know if they had ears or eyes on that chopper landing or going down or just heading in this direction, but seems like they have their attention is set to the south, no, pretty much southeast. Sorry.
Give me 1 second.
I'm curious to see what this other Huey does now, because it's now it's following that same kind of path. As the BRD start moving, see base spirits, some people in trucks trying to make this river crossing over by Olaf. Olaf! Yep, he drowned his truck.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to cross those with the trucks, unfortunately.
Amphibious.
Yeah.
Along with BTRs, so that's why they were able to get across, but Olaf and those gas trucks, not so.
Maybe if they make a bridge with their trucks and drive on top of them.
No, they're gonna become the Rhodesian space program if they do that.
And we've got
It's not even
3
people over here trying to cross the river. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we still have a lot of dudes trying to get on the boat, but the boats are full. So I guess one of the choppers is gonna have to go back and pick dudes up. What?
I wonder if the truck is gonna block the boats from getting through the river.
No, it won't.
I mean, go down under the water. It's pretty tall. If they hit it at the wrong angle, there's still some open water. But if they don't do it right, here we go. No, they're able to cross it well enough.
Well, they drove on the left side. If they hit the top of the canopy for the driver's seat, but I don't think so otherwise.
It helps that both the trucks still have their lights on, despite being submerged. Oh, they broke the boat! I called it. They broke the boat. Bassbeard's truck to the south of that other one broke the boat, and all the 4AB were forced to dismount it. That is incredible. They still have some room to work on the left side, but if they're not aware of that, oh, that is killer for Blue 4.
That's pretty funny, not gonna lie.
Are you kidding? That's fucking hilarious.
We just had one boat beach itself and flip.
No, shut up. Shut up.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that second boat got a little too close to the first one. Oh, and they're trying to push it back in the water.
They're pushing it back to try to flip it.
They're killing Nelson. You see his blood in the river? Oh my god. What is happening?
All right, third boat coming in. It's going to go right over that canopy. Thankfully,
that was the first one. That was the north one. They got
yeah, I know. I'm talking about the one that's still driving right now.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Oh,
we got green 4 engaging.
Kowak comes up and he's suppressing. He's completely by himself. Lant.
Blue 4 tries to do a drive-by on Larson.
They're trying, and they're all 4AB. They're trying to drive by their own guys, and they get up.
What the hell is happening?
Oh, sabotage, baby. Incompetence and sabotage. Basebeard now going to be in a one-on-one with Kowak as he comes in. And the Hughes are still trading fire with the Sector 1 garrison. And,
you know,
and kind of with the Dishkums.
It's actually really good that those boats got sabotaged.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
What?
Dingo almost crashed into a bunch of trees as he was trying to maneuver away from Dishkum.
Amazing. As I was saying, it's actually really good that those boats got screwed, because if they drove by Kowak, he would have just mag dumped into the boat and probably gotten a few kills.
Yeah, he would have gotten probably at least a handful. Also, again in my chat, for fuck's sake, if Blue 4 loses this again, and they're already at such a fucking disadvantage because they've lost 2 boats and dismounted the third. Looks like they might try and get back in it now that the lone contact has been seemingly dealt with.
Yeah.
But Kowak... for a second I thought he had a RPG, but no, he's just got that long range.
Kowak engaging. Basspear tried to put a few shots up, but they were far. Neither side has any magnified optics for this fight, so...
I don't have any optics whatsoever.
Very true. Look at the green 4 dispersion pattern on Sector 1. That is such a strong side north, but...
Well, like I said, that's what they have the defenses for the north-northeast side. As Dingo's helicopter and a hail of gunfire... Oh, something just got broken. I think the engine's out.
Their engine's out.
And it's going to crash in those trees.
They've got a full load of dudes as well. He's trying to rotate it up. It's going to hit that tree. Hold on.
Wow.
What? Did you see that? In a tree. It bounced off another tree. It rolled. Oh, fucking Michael Bay. And then it rolls back upright for the explosion. Barb, you okay? I thought I heard you just bonk your headset. Koak is dead, by the way. Bassbeard's still alive. And Barbarian, I believe, has just given up, and he is going to go have a hard drink instead. Meanwhile, Scandi Recon's still over the river. I guess they're going to just try to do an outflank here. They don't know about this marksman team. Also, a lot of the guys getting out of that helicopter now. They're actually like a full team of infantry that are going to be pretty much ready to go here, but most of them do have only the grease guns, but they also have a marksman with them, which I thought was over here, but it looks like he just ran over to check on that team to make sure they're okay. And we still have CF acting as that radio guy for Galil, and again, the other marksman was deployed with them. So they will be able to watch the southern sectors, but realize that they're empty, will probably go in for the capture. And what's going to be interesting about that is that's going to make a lot of Green 4 guys pull to the south, making defense lines, when in reality, the major Blue 4 force is still taking their sweet-ass time to get into the northern sector. So that's going to put some confusion on Green 4. They're going to be forced to pull some units back to a proper full 360 here, thinking that Blue 4 has a lot more forces back here than they actually do. And that's going to allow for the northern steamroll to be just that more effective against less Green 4 guys. Kura, thank you for the, Kuru, thank you for the raid of 5. What were you doing? If you don't mind me asking. And as he answers that, we're seeing Blue 4, they're putting some guys across the river as well here. We have a southern force that has pushed down. It's Blue 4 Bravo squad coming down, so a rifle squad that's going to try to test this boundary here. We're also seeing a lot of static 50 cal symbols around because Green 4 has spread out the 12.7 statics on this vector, and they're going to do their best to try to hold Sector 1, Derelicting 2 and 3. And I also really like how they have put Dishka up here, and they built some fortifications on this building itself, using the ladder to get up to the rooftop. They just got to be careful where they place this turret and drag it around, because if it goes into the ground too much, this could turn into a rocket and, you know, fly up in the air, broken, and be unusable. Blue 4 has also decided to drive a bunch of trucks to the south, but it's only single dudes in these vehicles. I don't know if this is going to be some sort of feint or just a flanking attack, but 3 guys isn't going to be able to do that much. And then we have another group of people that have landed back here, Slavin Muir. I don't know if they took a Vic in here or deployed with via another aircraft, but we do have the Huey now going to the north, and you still have these 2 BRDMs being held in reserve, ready to, I guess, assist the infantry as they go for Sector 1. How are you, Barbarian?
I got tequila.
Ah, that's great. You know, I might join you in drinking for NA based off of how everything's gone with EU.
Oh, that's how we gotta do it, man. That's how, like, just embrace it. I'm looking at the map now, so don't tell me what's happened yet. I do want to know, but
okay.
Still by their ruined boats and trucks, despite me stepping away for like 5 minutes.
You missed it though. The other Huey crashed.
All right, well, I'm gonna drink my tequila now. Wait,
have fun.
What? No, the Huey's still up. What are you talking about?
It got mulliganed. I'm fucking with you.
I hate you.
Love you too. So I was just talking about a Dishka on the rooftop of this building, and now I don't see the Dishka anymore. So I think it went into space.
Wasn't it?
No, they moved it to the rooftop of the barracks building, and I look away, I come back 60 seconds later, it's not here anymore.
Dust Eyes is on it. It's on the second floor of the...
Oh, they moved it down there then.
Yeah.
Neat.
I do like this bunker on the top, though. We're very, very...
Yeah, it's a good defensive position. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is starting to get engaged by some of Platoon 2 HQ for Green 4. And I'm going to look at it from their camera point of view here.
Ooh, that was a good crossfire. Deeps down, and whoever was with him got shredded.
So we got a few machine gun positions over here that are just laying into Blue 4 on this section here. Blue 4, it looks like they took a KIA back there. There were 2 dudes. Depp has also gone down, but Blue 4 really needs to pull back and wait for the remainder of their force to get here so they can properly do this steamroll.
Speaking of forces, Nuzian Bucket's now behind Blue for Bravo 1.
Yep.
Could be something good. Let's see what happens. We have Gores.
So we have a few, sorry to cut you off, we've got some transport trucks driving right in the middle of Scandi Recon's lines here. The transport trucks don't have anything important. It was just single crews, and one of them had a double crew in it. But I don't know what they were for.
Real quick, Platoon 2 HQ, Fred.
Yep.
Engaged by Scandi. The truck is now blown up, and Fred is searing.
That is literally what I was just talking about, Forehead. You're not drunk already, are you?
No, but I also talked about who's this Deep being down, and then you mentioned him like 2 seconds later. So,
oh, my bad.
One-on-one, baby.
There we go. Attackers captured Sector 2. So what I was talking about where you were gone is Blue 4 is going to start capping these sectors, and Green 4 could potentially take its northern garrison force on Sector 1 and push it back to the south, providing a bigger 360 for a feint, essentially. But I also love how the Scandi Recon, they took out one truck, and now the 4 guys that were in those 3 trucks have dismounted, and now they're pushing in, but they're already getting engaged by Yanni and Yander.
Yander. That's funny to me. Yanni actually goes down to pads, I believe. Olaf and East are still up as well.
Yep.
I don't think they're really aware Fred is there. He's been hiding behind a rock trying...
Your mic cut out again. Otherwise, Blue 4 for Bravo, they are down to only 4 dudes. It looks like some might have pulled back, actually, but... I mean, looking on the roster here... Yeah, no, they're down to 2 in Bravo 1 and 3 on Bravo 2 with 1 bleeding out, so...
I'm willing to call this early in favor of Green 4. Like, how disastrous the start for Blue 4 has been, shooting themselves in both feet. Squandering their Huey early on before it could really provide any real support. Their only assault being disjointed and picked apart immediately upon contact. And then 2HQ being cut out by Scandi Recon, and now Pads is the only one remaining, and about to be killed by Falcon.
Grenades thrown on either side. Falcon doing his best to suppress Pads.
He's suppressing way far to the left.
Wow, if only that was a frag grenade, not a smoke, that would have probably taken Falcon out.
Yeah, with the actual darkness, turning off the light. Ooh, that grenade, that's right in his face. But
how did he survive that? He turned around last second. That was great.
His feet ate it. Beautiful.
I mean, just looking at overall positioning here, Blue 4 is banking on a massive northern push. You still have those BRDMs in reserve. Green 4 having a lot of their units sporadic. We have that dismounted crew of the chopper getting ready to try to push on Sector 3 from the south or western flank. But I wouldn't call it to Green 4 just yet. There's still a lot that can happen here. And even though we have a lot of these initial skirmishes going out in Green 4's favor, I would not be willing to count them out yet, because we have those new 4IB guys that have been doing exceptionally well tonight. And I want to see how they handle this night op, because they have a shit ton of guys in force that are going to be part of this main attack.
Well, I'll say that they definitely have their work cut out for them with this, because, again, they do not, the attacking team does not have any numerical advantage. I think Green 4 actually had a one-man advantage at the start of this.
Yeah.
So every death that Blue 4 has had on this point just is even more, has even more of an impact than what it normally would in FNF. So the fact that, again, one of the Hueys is down. I believe both BRDMs are still up, hopefully.
Both BRDMs are still up. They're being held on the northwest for reserve. There goes Sector 3. As I said, that chopper team was going to go in. Go ahead.
Yeah, here's very much the other thing now. Because Sector 1 is the only sector left.
Yep.
They should be calling up now that, hey, there was no one here. All eggs in one basket. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
That makes things a bit simpler for them, for Blue 4 to attack, but it also makes things harder because it's going to be a tougher, harder nut to crack. We'll see what they do. I think those BRDMs are going to be key, but those need to watch out for the 5 Dishkums that are in play.
So hold up, main blue 4 force being engaged by the tail end of the green 4 force that was pushing around to do a wide northern assault. I think that other group's going to try to get into the forest and attack the flank, specifically the northern flank of the blue 4 group. Blue 4, meanwhile, it looks like they were moving into Sector 1, but they have actually broken off all movement, and now they are maneuvering forces around to try to engage that force in the open here. So that Alpha 1 team maneuvering on the right could potentially catch these green 4 guys out of position if they get up to the tree line a little bit closer and don't get tunnel visioned on the green 4 guys. You also have the chopper trying to fire in, and you also have the BRDMs coming in, and they are starting to fire at the independent guys.
This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
We've seen them before, especially with Severe now working with Scandy. He's from AFI, so it's a bit of a cross-pollination. But yeah, they're working together, working those two BRDMs in tandem because it's.
I love his word choice.
They don't. The gunners and the drivers have very limited visibility, so having the two of them work together really helps both maneuvering and target acquisition.
So by the way, Twig, Kane, and Frank have seen the blue 4 group. They're trying to open up with a grenade that's going to land right behind Trewin. And they just opened up as soon as that grenade went off. Got a free kill right there. And Trewin trying to turn and engage. And they actually just picked off one of the two green 4 guys right there.
Yeah, it was actually Twig King goes down. Still Lusad, Luna, and Short Boy out here in the field, but I'm not sure if they really have a good angle to engage them against.
And then the green 4 guys that started that engagement, one out of the 4 went down. The rest are pulling back while the choppers engage them. I'm really surprised that these BRDMs aren't trying to be a bit more offensive here. I guess worried that they might lose one in AT. And now you're having the helicopter crew that crashed. It's starting to come up to the southern side of the Bravo group for green 4, and they have started engaging them, catching one in the open in the forest.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it was almost kind of fortunate that they crashed where they were, and the flight skills of Dingo were able to survive the crash, because the fact that they were forcibly dismounted against their will, and then they pushed through. And
I don't know why there's two dudes down there.
That makes the situation a lot clearer for blue 4.
Oh man, I just watched on the northern side, a green 4 guy just killed his own dude and then immediately got mowed down by blue 4, so that's a bit of a lucky break right there.
I want to say that was Wuna that killed Twig King, and then Wuna got domed. And
yeah.
Before IB, they have one person up here in the form of Short Boy. Gonna have a tall order to deal with.
Oh man, if Severe's BRDM would just look a little to the right, they'd be able to catch those two green 4 guys out of position.
Yeah, even then, like, they'd have to look pretty much directly at them, but Baby Potato and Mass, Green Team have AT. Looks like Spudro does. Spudro actually taking aim.
I don't know, looking at the map here, green 4 lost quite a few guys in that attack. Now they got to play this a little more reserved here. We're seeing AT going back and forth on blue 4 and green 4.
Ooh, yeah, Matt got torn up. You can see his legs.
Yeah, but they AT'd the dude back, and they took legal action out who was the gunner, so it's kind of interesting how that whole thing happened.
When you said took legal action back, I only heard took legal action, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
His name is Legal Action. What do you want from me?
I was just like, they fucking sued him into fucking oblivion. They sued him.
Well, Legal Action's the guy that got sued. He got a frickin' rocket put right on his face, like dead on. So that's why he's down.
Fucking powerful.
Matt, I think, traded those rockets with him because he's the one with the rocket out. And you got Green 4 now firing up into the air, trying to take out the Huey again.
Yeah, and I think it's they've pretty much abandoned the auditorium at this point. They might fall back into it.
Suda mid-match.
As far as the sector itself, you have to
look at real quick. Look at Blue 4 on the river. The Bravo squad that originally got pretty fucked up is now within striking distance.
They don't know that they're wait. Mola Milk is like pretty much looking right at them.
And you got Grav firing at Scandy Recon, taking Yanni out. As these guys dismounted, they have no idea where those shots came from. Freelancer Freak, thanks for the 7-month resub. First time to FNF Live. Welcome. I hope you keep enjoying the operations.
Cannot see Charles.
I guess you were subbed a few years ago and didn't realize. I don't know. I don't know how Twitch works in that regard.
Charles might turn around.
Oh, welcome back.
Just fuck him up.
Oh, fun fact, the 4RB guys, they're all staring at Short Boy who's running over to him. They all, like, I watched them point him out, and they're just setting up an ambush for this one independent guy.
This could be big. So Charl and Cardi, they actually do turn around and use, I think I want to say using the muzzle flashes of their own rifles to hone in on the Locomil, who was a team. The Locomil drops an M72 wall. So that's another stick in the hands of Greenford that could be used to counter those BRDMs.
Very true.
We'll see how that turns out as we have Vonk and Flux. Actually, no, sorry, they're shooting at the Alpha Blue 4 group. I thought they were trying to mag dump their own friendly legal action. And Severe now. Severe pulling up in that BRDM. Spudro has that RPG-26. If Spudro can get some good eyes on it, and he does, because they're out in the open, in the moonlight.
I just watched Falcon try to... Yeah, I saw that AT hit by Spudro on that BRDM, but it looks like the damage was only superficial.
Yeah, negligible. Like, not even the tires are out.
He got a hit on it, but it was a weak hit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the BRDM will get itself stuck as a courtesy, but you got Severe blindly firing around.
Yeah, because he doesn't know where it came from.
It's a defective round.
And Flux is now suppressing the BRDM. That's a Chad move right there. And there's the Dishcom. Sideways on it, fucking shred him from the side. Severe's able to drive away. Oh, there goes the front tire. I wonder if the engine got damaged. Oh, yep, more 50 cal fire from the 12.7 Dishcom coming in.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing
not gonna be long for the world.
The other BRDM, I think, is going to try to pull up and support. Meanwhile, the 4IB guys, they sent a few dudes to try to take one guy out. Shorty was able to get one kill and wound Fioka, but I mean, right now, looking at Blue 4 kind of doing a major surround play here. We also see the Southern Fortification taking grenades. They're getting smoked, actually.
This is really bad for Blue 4, though. They need to try and fix this BRDM. They're missing 2 front tires. So I don't. They might be able to replace them both. Spare wheel some the 2 BRDMs. But Apuva and Spudro don't have any more AT. The Vincer's firing into the forest with a Dishcom shot from. This might be make or break for Blue 4 because these BRDMs are I believe are absolutely going to be the deciding factor. They're why the balance of numbers was so.
I don't think so. I think Blue 4 is going to rally, try to push through some of the Green 4 lines here, and try to take the barracks and sweep it under him. We're seeing that right now with Bravo for Blue 4 trying to move in, but they are being pursued by some 1RCC guys. And we also have the Chopper team, which hilariously tried to push up to this position with a grease gun. But I also just saw a Blue 4 marksman pick off a guy.
Uh-oh.
What?
It doesn't knock out Sirius. It was right at Sirius's feet. I think that was a bad
burger
as Dingo.
But that knocked out quite a few dudes. They're getting suppressed by Severe's BRDM coming in. Yeah. And there's a marksman with Potato CF who has rechanged his name to CF period, who were able to take out a dude in there. Let me check Khalil's kills real quick. Let me click him.
Remounts
yeah, he's on 2.
But he's not looking anywhere near with it. Oh, Deventer's BRDM got shredded by the Dishcom, and it's toast. That's.
Oh yeah, no, they're dead.
So now Severe's crippled BRDM, they're just firing blindly.
Ooh, Navy just got picked off.
The only armor piece left on the map.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm with you what you were saying as far as the forces pushing up from the other side. But they needed a line breaker in the form of those BRDMs to push through and to create an opening for the rest of the infantry to push in.
Yeah, I just watched Bravo Blue 4 get completely slaughtered. 3 dudes just started firing on the barracks and got completely taken out. Though we have Bassbeard now on the southern side. He doesn't have a marksman rifle though, and he's trying to pick off some more dudes. We do have a few dead guys on the rooftop, but it's not enough. We need to see more Blue 4 come in, and Blue 4, they do have that major force to the north to still field in. And we also have some sporadic units to the south that we're going to start seeing coming as well.
I mean, at this point, if Severe is able to Severe's BRDM, I firmly believe, is going to be the difference maker. If the infantry is going to need to target those Dishcoms, make sure that...
And it gets AT'd. And they're dead. GG.
I really think that's GG. Because look how far back the rest of the blue fort infantry.
Oh, Bad Spirit's taken out.
A little group to the southwest of Sector 1. We have a couple more sporadic guys to the south.
We still have 22 minutes on this round. Blue Fort still has plenty of time to maneuver in here. They just have to actually get in. But what's worrisome here is look at Apuva right now. If he were to turn around, he'd see this massive amount. Oh, God, he just picked a dude off. He just picked a second dude off, a third dude off. That was great.
Where's the Apuva at? I can't find it.
He just got taken out, but he was with the 4IB guys to the north. He literally turned around and took out 3 Blue 4 guys. Quick headshots with that machine gun. Spudro's going to possibly crawl up and try to get more kills, but if they can make a few more trades like that, similar to the last round, they can easily pretty much block Blue 4 off from getting in this AO. These poor 4IB guys, they don't know the simple thing of if you just look and if you can access their inventory, then they're dead, but they're desperately trying to save them. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Who knows? They might play
Spudro now opening up with a grenade. Perfectly placed.
Takes down
knocking out Sterling.
Someone. A down.
It did kill someone. Wow.
And Pierce is also hurting. Kemp now scrambling to figure out what the hell.
Another grenade getting thrown up. Goes right on top of Pierce. Wow.
Alright, I'm just downing my tequila at this point. Like, holy shit.
That was actually amazing. You rarely see grenades thrown that effectively in Friday Night Fights and actually like get kills like that. That was beautiful.
Bro, oh my God, Dale's on the hunt. He saw. I guess he
had to have heard it thrown, but
or he's using deductive reasoning and like, oh, that's the only direction it could have come from. But Spudro's repositioned. Looks like he's trying to re-engage with that AKM. But he should be able to get some good kills.
Fastbeard's woken up. He's trying to push this sector. And he might be able to breach in and get a few kills here.
Does he have a PKM? No, he's still got...
No, he's got a 20-round FAL. But with those gunshots, they can drown out his footsteps and him opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are going to think the footsteps are all just friendlies.
Yeah, there's so much noise of how many people are in here, and Base Spirit, he is clearing this barracks building solo with a single-shot rifle.
He's trying, yep.
Anyone who's had their metal tested has been in these buildings and had to clear them multiple times, and it's when you do it enough, you know how to do it, but that doesn't make it any easier.
The only way I see this working is if Base Spirit clutches this, based off of where all the units are. And how many Green 4 guys are still up, Base Spirit has to somehow solo clutch this, and that's going to be very fucking difficult. All things considered. But he has the advantage right now of Green 4 doesn't know that he is there. I don't know, are we going to see another Audrey Hotto play here?
Well, if anyone would do it, it'd be Base Spirit. He's been in this game long enough, and he gets eyes on Dust, who is a command element. Get the headshot. Ooh, that's too many shots.
You got some chest shots. Now you're gonna have...
Coming out. No, maybe not. No, they don't know.
What the actual fuck did I just witness? Dusty was just staring at him.
Did you see him from the first person, or did you just see him from the...
No, I just saw him from like third person watching him come in. That was...
Completely ignored and then went for Husky. Pierce double taps him as Base Spirit breaks back up. I want them to strip him of all his gear and take him as a hostage. Send him flying against the ceiling.
What? What the actual fuck is this? I'm trying to hype it up like, oh my gosh, we're gonna see another Audrey Hotto play. He's gonna get so many kills. And that just, yeah, okay. Meanwhile, Spudro came in. He didn't get any additional kills. You still have the 3 Blue 4 guys there, but I mean, you see the effects of Apuva and Spudro. 5 kills to 2. I mean, that is a great trade to make. And now you got Pyro getting dopped by Flux.
Flux and Johansson and Tom, they're all shooting at each other.
Yeah, but they were boxing those 3 Blue 4 guys right there.
Doing the ceasefire gesture. He was actually doing the ceasefire gesture.
What, with the hand up? That's funny as fuck.
The hand of, like, the palm out, like, waving over the face.
And now Green 4 has completely pulled off of that southwestern position to all be in the fortified area, yeah, that's GG. Like, I can't believe that Bassbeard did that level of breach.
We were hyping him up.
I was hyping him up because he's a good player. And then he completely ignores Dusty. He ignores the other guy and just goes right for Husky. And I'm like, dude. Dude. What the fuck? Oh, man. Well, at least we have NA in an hour and a half. And, I mean, so far it looks like the headset's going well. And I've got enough. I've got half a bottle of mead chilling in the fridge, and I'm gonna go get a slice of this giant-ass Italian pizza, and I'm gonna just pretend this never happened.
Italian pizza.
Have you? Okay, so we have an Italian store nearby, and they make these amazing, like, massive pizzas. They're absolutely amazing.
It's like thin crust, like Mediterranean style, like.
No, like a proper pizza. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, please do.
But yeah, I mean, Green4, they're affording to, you know, shoot at the helicopter since they have the ammo to burn. There's still hope. We've got Fred, CF, and Slav coming up on the south, and we've got the remains of the helicopter crew crawling up to this fortified position. They could take the 12.7s. They could take some of the dead bodies' guns. Actually, I don't even see any dead bodies other than... Oh, wait, no, here they are. They could take those and use them, but...
Oh, and Scandy is now killing more of the Blizzard 2 HQ. Group 4, Blue 4.
Ah, yes. I was hyping up Blue 4 to potentially still get this, but unfortunately Scandy showed up. And Fred is trying to fight with Falcon, and Falcon wins with the machine gun. Just going back and forth, being an asshole.
Look, I want to believe. You know, the fucking... I want to believe.
CF just got shot at.
I'm looking at...
15 minutes remaining.
The people that are still up, the kits that they have, like Dingo, he knows his shit, but he only has an M3 grease gun, along with Danzer. And
well, he could pick up one of the guns in there and get an AK, and he can take the 12.7 and just, you know.
I mean, there's a...
You know what? There needs to be a rule violation. They just got to run over. They're going to drive that Vic into the barracks building and just run everyone over. Easy.
So Nemesis
through the walls.
In the area to the right of CF. And like, CF didn't even look in his direction. Nemesis looked at CF and kept going. So I'm not sure what...
Well, okay, look at it like when it's dark. It's really tough to see.
I did.
We got CF firing into the barracks building.
Silhouettes.
And Nemesis is coming back going,
Yep, because more gunshots.
Nemesis, he's looking. CF might have just spotted his head, yep. Oh!
Good kill from
Banked! We got Ghoster, aka Boston.
That's what we need.
He's changed his account back.
Falcon and Iander. I mean, Falcon's patching himself up, but Iander, they might try calling into him. I mean, they don't get an answer. They're gonna try and they're gonna search that area, see what took him out, and the 2 against 1. I don't know.
CF has a marksman rifle. He's looking into the Green 4 building. He's just trying to wait for someone to stay still.
Dingo, Scrap, Danzer, they've done what you said. They've gone into that compound and stolen the AKs. The 7.62, much better than the 9mm. But now they're taking fire from the barracks building. They've been spotted out because of their silhouettes. They're looking against the even with the lights off, the moonlight and the bunkers. Yeah, they would easily be spotted out. Dingo might get in the UAZ.
Potato's out of ammo, and Falcon has the machine gun. Falcon wins.
He's not out of ammo. For once, Falcon wins.
Like a hawk.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna keep saying that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying fuck you. Dingo opening
Dingo,
up.
yeah, I mean, he was about to... One bullet went right by his head. Now you got Edwin up here. He's trying to angle himself so Dingo potentially doesn't see him. Dingo now prone, trying to look around, see if there's anything else going on. Got Scrap and Danzer trying to fire into that barracks building. I think Dingo spotted Edwin's gun as Edwin's trying to position himself. A few shots go out.
Those shots, yeah, those sandbags.
Edwin dodging them.
Keeping them protected, but oof, only barely. And there goes Dingo.
There goes, yep, flanked by the northern side as that 3-man independent group crawled around. Excuse me. AT even going on the southern Blue Force position. Now you got 4 IB guys coming in.
At them. Oh, here. Okay.
They just took Gen Kill out.
I have high hopes for them, especially after that first round / second round, whatever you want to call it. But the 3 of these guys now working in tight formation.
They have about 24 people to kill, so.
Well, here's the thing. If they get up into this auditorium area, not only are they in the sector itself, which would trigger overtime, they have probably the best position to counter this barracks building. You know,
they're firing at the Huey. That's also coming over to land there. Yep, all hands on deck. 4 more guys are going to dismount. But you are not accounting for one thing, Barbarian.
What?
Falcon with a machine gun.
Yep. As he opens up.
God, that would have been perfect if he actually made the kill on Scrap. That would have actually been really fucking cool, but Falcon oh, well, Eander did it. All right, at least we had that.
Falcon's mass stands there, tries to react.
Falcon with a machine gun. There we go. See?
Well, ineffective.
It works.
Again next time.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah. So now 4 IB, they should be able to hear those shots. Looks like Dale's getting cold feet. Understandable. If they can take out the last remaining members of Scandi, push up to the auditorium and start getting some fire going on the barracks building, they have a chance. But that first step to retake Fortuna is going to be...
Helicopter only landed and dropped 2 people off. So that helicopter only dropped 2 dudes off. They were trying to see if that BRDM was still viable. Oh. Falcon with the machine gun.
Got 1.
Falcon with the machine gun.
And my big fucking mouth curses Blue Force.
Falcon with the machine gun. What did I tell you, Barb? 8 kills, 1 extra down. It's gonna be 9.
Why does Falcon have to be the one to be the clutch player? I'm fucking up all the time because he doesn't do it. Why does he do it now against the new people
Barb?
who've been doing so well?
Barb, 3 words.
Why
Ready?
does Falcon have to
3
be
words.
Successful?
Ready? Like a hawk. He's getting them double taps. Oh, hey, look, Barbarian literally left the casting couch channel. We made Barbarian rage quit. All right, Falcon, come on, get your 9th kill. You deserve it. He might not double tap that one. But whenever you see a body like that, you do want to double tap it just to be safe.
Someone in my chat went, I want to believe. I've been believing this whole time. And at every pass, at every turn, I've been proven wrong time and time again.
So someone in my chat just brought up the gamma. They actually have a script that limits the amount of gamma you can turn up on the server. So you you can't do that.
Before they loaded in, someone was cheeky. Oh, I'm gonna turn up.
Yeah, we can just turn the gamma up. And they're like, no, you can't.
Fuck you. No, you better not. Just fucking leave if you do that. And you're like, don't worry about it. If you got a script, baby, you got it taken care of, baby.
So Falcon firing into that those pillows of smoke.
They didn't have the white vans to really style on them.
You lost me at that one.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Gotcha.
No problem, Daniel. I got you covered.
So what have we learned?
I am a hindrance on every Blue 4 faction.
No. That's superstition. Let's talk about the facts. What have we learned, Barbarian?
That Falcon knows how to play Arma.
No, only when he has a machine gun. Every other time he's shit. But when he has a machine gun, he can play. Are you okay, buddy?
Easiest to win, apparently. You gotta have easiest to win. I really don't think I can go and get more liquor. I think I've drank too much.
I'm gonna make myself a Tokyo tea after this.
The fuck is a Tokyo tea?
Look it up. I always triple the recipe. It's 12 shots of alcohol. If you want to get properly fucked up after something like this, that's the drink.
Liru, you get drunk off a thimble of, like, 20 proof whiskey.
Exactly. So imagine 12 actual hearty shots of liquor in me.
I can imagine it, and it's not a good imagination. It's more like a nightmare.
All right, so we have Samurai Ray coming around. This is going to go to time. We also had a helicopter. Mountain landed it in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, he should just pull a Charles and fly it right into the AO and not give a fuck. Falcon with the machine gun. Gonna bipod it on the rock. He can't get the bipod.
Let's miss.
Now he's stuck on a tree. And he's still walking.
Throwing a grenade off to the flank, not a bad idea.
Smoking it out.
Approach. Yes, that's pretty good. That's gonna draw Falcon out into the open, and hopefully mean a swift kill on our resident Scandyman. But it doesn't matter because they're gonna get friendly fired.
We got Samurai Ray in a 12.7, but it looks to be out of ammo or broken because he wasn't able to turn it down. So now Samurai Ray is pushing in. And that Huey is flying around again.
Never stop.
Samurai Ray coming up, getting Boston, aka Ghoster, down.
More suppressing fire going right over the heads of Iander and Falcon. We might see a blue-on-blue incident here.
And Jonathan just slapped Samurai Ray in the face. Yeah. Falcon's crawling around.
Yeah.
Do you know what Falcon has, Barbarian?
And a machine gun. And
he has a machine gun.
Or Reaper were watching that flank. They covered it with the smoke, but they weren't ready for him to push even further around. And now that Mountain's coming in, he's opening up with a PKM and just making himself a target.
No! Falcon!
To get the flank. But no, Iander apparently can't. At least not in this instance. I'm surprised.
Falcon needs to wake back up. Iander trying to fire on Reapers with his handgun, missing those shots, unfortunately. Another grenade going out. And Iander goes down to the grenade.
I'm surprised. Oh, Falcon does wake back up. As I was about to say, man, I feel like Falcon should be woken up by now.
With a machine gun. He's going to see JY. He goes prone instead. JY didn't notice. Get him, Falcon.
He is instead doing his best Donkey Kong impression and rolling.
Chopper just got hit. It is.
I heard that.
Engine's out. He's trying to auto-rotate it.
He's trying. And that's a tree.
And he's on fire.
But he didn't explode.
And he's crippled.
He's on fire, but he did not explode, which I think is fortunate, considering.
Falcon is bandaging, but JY and it exploded. There goes Mountain. Man, everything you say, Barb, just the opposite ends up happening.
I hope I don't find...
Falcon with the machine gun! Oh, JY gets him with the... No, Falcon!
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to watch JY and Reapers with the remaining 3.5 minutes kill at least a dozen to 20 independent guys in the AO. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? I didn't quite hear that, Barb.
Tequila strong, that's all that matters.
Tequila strong. Hey, at least JY is trying to bandage Falcon now. You see that? He's trying to bandage him.
Yeah, that's the bandaging another person animation.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, that does kind of look like an ace down animation. Or, you know, stance, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think Ursus might be thinking he's bandaging himself. You know when you hit H, but he's thinking...
Oh, he's doing medical menu, but it's on Falcon instead of himself.
Yep, I think that's what's happening because none of his limbs. He has wounds on all 4 limbs, and none of them are healing. And the bandages are popping up by Falcon's body.
Oh my god! Why? What?
I didn't say anything. I said I'm gonna drink my tequila, and Blue 4 again fucking themselves over.
Even in death, Falcon with the machine gun serves to delay Blue 4's attack.
Still serve.
Speaking of 700, freaking Warhammer 40k, we got Gen Killer from the 700th coming around to try to finish this.
Yeah, he's gonna come up on the side of Reaper, and I don't think he's gonna be any the wiser.
I think JY just realized he was medicing the wrong person. He took the machine gun. He had to bandage Falcon's body to pay homage before he could get the machine gun. Excellent.
Sacrifice for a false god.
All right.
Is now completely disjointed from Ursus. Ursus is he doesn't realize it yet. He's still bleeding. He's taking fire. One of those bullets should have hit his head,
but they didn't. Do you know why? Because Ursus has a machine gun. Reaper's still alive on the south. Yeah.
Okay, so he started bandaging himself now, but it's
hey, look, see, once he picks up the machine gun of knowledge, he now immediately knows what to do.
I am about like 2, like the straw that broke the camel's back? I'm 2 or 3 straws away from like dolphin diving out my window.
And JY gets picked off by Gen Killer.
Yep.
And now all eyes are on Reaper. He has less than 30 seconds.
I want Reaper to just like try and run into the AO and surrender.
No, I want Reaper to run in there and get mowed the fuck down immediately so this round can be over. And we can go to NA in an hour.
Yep.
Go, Reaper, go! Go, Reaper, go!
He's pushing. Ooh, he is trying. 3, 2, 1.
Too late. GG. Alright guys, so first off, I want to thank you, Barbarian, for co-casting with me. This was very fun. I'm glad we learned that machine guns are very, very important. And to everyone in chat, thank you so much for chilling. Hey, look, explosions went off. But otherwise, that is going to be it for EU. NA will be in about an hour and 30 minutes, so I hope you come and join me for there. Maybe we'll catch Barbarian crying again like now, and we'll see how things go. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one. And here come the bots. I love it.